Oh, hello, boys and girls. You startled me. This is your host for a horribly good time, Zachary. And I'm in the cellar looking for my skeleton collection. You see, I put the skeletons together every so often, and I take them down to the graveyard for a tea party. Then I take them apart, put them back in these boxes very neatly, you know. Here they are. Now to get down off this ladder and... Oh, no. All my skeleton bones spilled everywhere. There's Cousin Waldo's leg, Aunt Elvira's arm, Uncle Leon's skull, I recognize that, Cousin Willie's hand. I'll have to sort them out all over again. Well, while I do that, let me tell you a little story. A story about a skeleton who stood up for himself. I call it the skeleton's hand. It begins in a nice little town at Hummer Elementary School, in the science class of a teacher named Mrs. Ross. And standing next to Mrs. Ross is her prized classroom possession, a 6-foot-tall skeleton. A real one, the school kids say.
All right, class, quiet down. We have a lot to do today. We're going to review for tomorrow's test on the human skeleton. You'll need to name several of the bones. Please get out a piece of paper and a pencil.
Yeah, what?
And then I need for everyone to please.
Ready for that stupid skeleton test?
No way. I think I'm gonna lock Mrs. Ross out of her office so she can't get to the test papers, like we did last time.
Ron and Ralph.
Oh.
Students, it seems that Ron and Ralph know the bones of the skeleton so well they don't even have to listen. So, Ron and Ralph, why don't you come up here and name the bones for all of us?
What?
Come up here. Now, use my skeleton and name the bones we've studied. Start with the hand.
The finger bones. They're called,
They're called, I think it's, something like is it the Cafabula?
That's enough. Boys, you've been too busy talking to know anything about the names of the bones. Return to your desks. I'm going to call your parents and ask that they make the two of you sit down together tonight, study, and repeat the names of the bones back to them.
Man, this stinks. She made us look stupid in front of the whole class.
Well, Mrs. Ross and her stupid skeleton aren't gonna get away with this.
What do you mean?
Just meet me after school, okay?
When school dismissed that day, everyone headed home, just like always. But not Ron and Ralph. They hid in the boys' room until they couldn't hear anyone, and they felt that the teachers were gone.
Look, looks like it's clear. Come on.
Where?
To Mrs. Ross's classroom. Where else? Here's her room, and she's gone. But her skeleton's not. Come on.
Man, what are you doing?
We're gonna pay her back. You know how great Mrs. Ross thinks the skeleton is? But when she comes in to give us that bone test tomorrow, she's gonna see that her skeleton doesn't have a left hand.
Oh, man, you broke it.
Nah, just unhooked it. We'll just keep it long enough for Mrs. Ross to freak out. Now, come on.
Now it was night. My favorite time of day. A stormy night at that. Ralph and Ron had been scolded by their parents and were now being made to study at Ron's house in his room. But they were too busy playing with a certain skeleton's hand.
Okay, skeleton. Wave bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
We're supposed to be studying.
Hey, look, Mrs. Bones. Mr. Bones is picking a booger from my nose.
Oh, gross, man. Get that skeleton's finger out of your nose.
Have some fun. We're not going to have a test tomorrow. When Mrs. Ross sees her skeleton is minus one hand, she'll be too upset to give a test.
Yeah.
Son, we're going next door to talk to Ralph's parents. We'll be back in a few minutes. Remember what we talked about. You two are to buckle down and study. No phone, no playing. Understand?
Yeah, Dad.
Yes, sir. Now wave bye-bye, Mr. Skeleton. Bye-bye, bye-bye.
Stop playing with that skeleton's hand, Ralph. We're in enough trouble. Now let's study. And tomorrow we get to school early and put the hand back.
Now lighten up, man.
It's probably your parents checking on you.
You gonna get it?
Hello? Hello?
Give it back.
What?
Give it back.
Who was it?
Wrong number, I guess. Some weird person saying, give it back.
What? Probably the same guy. Tell him to get the number right.
Hello?
Give me back my hand.
Ron, who is it?
Give me back my hand.
Ralph, it's that same voice. He's saying, give me back my hand.
What? You're kidding, you.
No, I promise. Here, take the phone. Listen.
Give me back my hand.
Why'd you hang up the phone?
That's too weird, Ron. Somebody's playing a joke on us.
A joke? Nobody knows we took the hand, Ralph. Nobody except the skeleton.
What are you trying to say? No way! Are you saying that the skeleton wants his hand back? What's that?
The front door. I guess my parents are back.
They wouldn't be back this soon.
Dad! Dad! Is that you?
Is it them? Why aren't they answering?
Listen. Somebody's on the stairs.
It sounds like Bones. Ron, what's going on? This ain't real.
I don't know. You shouldn't have taken that skeleton's hand. It's at the door. Who's there?
Something's sliding under the door. Looks like a note. You get it?
Ralph, look. It says, give me back my hand. And it's written in red ink.
Ron, do you think that red stuff is really ink?
The doorknob, it's turning. Who's there?
Let's get out of here!
Go out the other door. It opens into the bathroom, and that goes into the hall. Go! Down the stairs and out the front door, quick!
Is it still coming? Do you think it's gonna follow us out here?
I don't know. We just better get back. Listen!
It's still after us!
Ralph! On our bikes, hurry! Go, go, go!
Lightning filled the sky and thunder growled. But Ron and Ralph didn't hear it. They just rode their bicycles down the sidewalks as fast as they could go.
It's way back there, right? It's not still after us.
It's there. It's coming after
Go
us.
faster, faster!
I am, but it's still there. I hear it.
It's getting closer.
Look out, Ralph. The fire hydrant. We're
Ron, are you okay?
Oh man, I think I'm hurt bad.
I hear it. Listen, it's still coming. The skeleton's coming.
Give it what it wants.
Give me back my hand.
Here it is. Take it. Take it. Take it.
And the next day, there stood the skeleton in Mrs. Ross's science class with its left hand back where it belonged. And in the back of the room sat Ron and Ralph, rubbing their bandaged left wrists that they had sprained in the bicycle wreck. And the quiet, well-behaved boys are sure that they saw Mrs. Ross look at her skeleton and wink. I hope you enjoyed my story. As for me, I haven't had much luck organizing my bone collection after I dropped it. I believe I've got Cousin Willie's ribs mixed up with Aunt Elvira's knee, mixed up with Uncle Leon's foot, which is mixed up with... oh, well. It's going to take a while. Until we meet again, happy shivering, huh?